Tesla just quietly went and revealed something at its fourth quarter earnings reporting day. And because Tesla reported on so many things, I think we kind of got mixed up in the details. There was so many different things Tesla promised they were going to do. Some of them are maybe a bit unrealistic in the short term. In the long term, they're actually really, really important goals that I think they can achieve. But I think one of the biggest news stories was the fact that Tesla reported it's now going to be making basically an ultra long range Model Y using 4680 battery cells that are different and quite a bit better than their previous generation batteries. Hello, my friends. Welcome to the channel. I'm Sam Evans. You're watching the Electric Viking. Tesla has been trying for years to manufacture 4680 battery cells with a dry cathode. Now, not just a dry cathode, but a dry cathode and anode. And they haven't actually succeeded with that until now. Tesla has resolved finally the most challenging aspect of its next generation battery cells, which are 4680 cells. They have confirmed that both the anode and the cathode are now using a dry electrode process, which is a key breakthrough in a technology the company has been working to industrialize for a very long time. And, many analysts have said the 4680 battery cell was a complete failure. Even the CEO of CATL said it was a failure. They would never work. It was damning. Robin Zeng, he just said that they were going to be a complete failure. But this update disclosed in Tesla's Q4 and its full year 2025 update letter suggests the company has finally resolved one of the most challenging aspects, or the most, of its new generation cells, which have quite high energy density. In its Q4 and full year 2025 update letter, Tesla stated it is now producing 4680 cells whose anode and cathode were produced during the dry electrode process. The confirmation of this happening addresses long-standing questions about whether the Tesla would ever achieve this and whether or not 4680 cells were a complete failure. Turns out they might not be. In fact, it turns out they aren't. If you'd like to book a paid consultation, you can do so, and I'll put a link in the description below. If you want advice on what electric car to buy, solar systems, all that kind of stuff, you can do that. This disclosure was highlighted on X by Von Eggleston, who is Tesla's vice president of 4680 batteries. And Von said that both electrodes use our dry process. So yeah, this is news, I think, to everyone. I don't think anyone was aware of this until a week ago. Tesla first introduced the dry electrode concept during its battery presentation day in 2020. And it kind of made it sound like it would be a game changer and a way to simplify production, speed up production, reduce factory footprint, lower the cost of making these batteries, improve the energy density. And we all got quite excited. There's a lot of people who thought this is great. Even BMW did. If you don't believe me, why did BMW copy the 4680 battery cell? They did. BMW's battery supplier, AESC, based on what BMW wanted, produced a cylindrical battery cell which was almost identical, but slightly bigger, a couple of percent bigger. And BMW's new electric car, its new electric SUV, right, hasn't even gone on sale yet, but it uses their new cylindrical battery cells and it has over 800 kilometers of range. As a result, partly because of that, I believe, BMW has said it has never had more demand for an EV in history, or even a car, I believe, in the last 10 years or even 20 years. They have sold out their entire first 6 months of production globally. So Tesla thought, well, we can pull this off and we can make batteries at a much lower price, even in the United States, by making them like Coke bottles, right? That's what Tesla actually quoted. They said it would be like Coke bottles and production would be so fast, faster than any other way you can produce a battery, that they'd be able to make them at very low price. But it didn't work out. However, it appears as though now Tesla have finally solved the challenge of the dry cathode, which was the last bottleneck, the last reason that the batteries kind of failed until now. Now, Tesla also revealed in Q4 in its update letter that it has begun producing battery packs for long-range Model Ys using the in-house cells. Tesla said this: "We have begun to produce battery packs for certain Model Ys with our 4680 cells, unlocking an additional vector of supply to help navigate increasingly complex supply chain challenges caused by trade barriers and tariff risks." The timing is interesting. Now, with Tesla preparing to wind down or end Model S and Model X production, the Model Y and the Model 3 will account for, well, almost all Tesla vehicle sales. And even Tesla even said, you know what, we're not going to bring any new models out. There won't be any new different traditional version of the Cybertruck, like a traditional pickup truck. There won't be any new car models coming. Tesla confirmed that, which appears to be, pretty surprising. But Tesla will obviously focus on getting these 4680 battery cells into its vehicles, its long-range vehicles in the United States. Will it do so for other markets? Probably not. I'd say it'll just focus on the cars it sells in the US. And the reason really is because Tesla doesn't face any tariffs on the batteries it puts into EVs made in Germany and EVs made in China. And the price of what Tesla's paying for those cells is just too cheap. It's below what Tesla could produce the 4680 cells for and then ship them across, to factories around the world. It just wouldn't make economic sense. Now, does this mean that Tesla's 4680 battery cells could increase in energy density as a result? Well, it could. It's very possible. We might have to wait for Sandy Munro to tear down a Tesla or, have a look at some of these battery cells and inspect them. But I'm very curious to know if there will be some performance upgrades, longer range. There certainly could be. What do you guys think? Let me know in the comments. Thanks for watching. Guys, if you want to install solar panels, a home battery, or a home charger, the best way to do this for your situation is to go to the links in the description below, and they'll take you to a page where you can compare everyone. So depending on it doesn't matter where you live. A lot of people email me all the time saying, well, what solar system should I get? Who should I go with? What battery should I get? What electric charger should I get? Well, click in the links in the description and you can actually compare all the different choices and find the best deal for you. I'll put that link in the description below. Additionally, there is a battery savings calculator link and also a federal battery rebate calculator. I personally have found that I'm not paying for electricity at all, and that's including charging my 2 electric cars and also running my home power, my home sauna. Nothing, not paying anything at all. And I think a lot of people are getting misled. They think that getting a battery is not worth it. Actually, I think it is worth it. So those links are in the description below.